pop up, that's when we're live. And that's how we know we got people watching. All right, so there we go. All right. So, hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Uplift past Crossroads. I have a new thing in store for you guys on my YouTube channel. So, as you guys know, I have a lot of playlists on my YouTube channel, and we do a lot of things here. But today I got a treat for you. I'm starting a new thing on my YouTube channel and on my podcast, Uplift past Crossroads, and I'm doing it with my lovely fiance, my lovely partner in crime, my P2, my Proverbs 31 girl, my puzzle piece. That's what P2 means, by the way. So my significant other, I keep on going, my other half, like this is my woman right here, Maya Alexis Evans. So I'm about to change that name because right now you see Maya Evans on her screen right there. Well, I'm gonna change it to Maya Jenkins soon. So, all right, guys. So, what we're gonna do on a new playlist on my YouTube channel, Upload Past Crossroads. The playlist is gonna be titled "Our The Story," and it's just gonna be symbolizing and talking about love and romance, and how to find a godly mate. How do we find a godly mate? Just any given relationship advice and stuff like that. And it's gonna be with my fiance. So we're gonna be sharing a lot of stuff. Raising kids and stuff like that. Just anything we feel like that needs to be shared to the world and to other people that would benefit people and stuff like that. So you got anything you want to introduce yourself? You want to say anything? Because she's quiet, by the way. So like, you gotta pull teeth to get her to talk. So like, that's what I had to do all in my at the beginning stages of our relationship. See, now it's just coming out. You know how I said at the beginning of the video, I don't remember the beginning of our relationship. Yeah, I do now. So you want to say anything before we start?
I'll just say, hey everyone, it's good to be here. I'm good to be on this journey with Sean, my fiance, and can't wait to share and continue to see where this may take us.
And she's here because she complained about being on our older YouTube
What?
videos, on our Bible studies, but not being a part of it anymore because she's so quiet. Didn't really share too much. And when she did have something to share, she was reluctant to say anything because somebody else said what she already said. So yeah. And if you want to see her in other videos, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. It's it's on our
Why?
like
They don't need to see those.
yeah, like if you go to my YouTube channel, just scroll down a little bit. You're gonna scroll down forever, like if you wait until 5 years to do this. But you can see like times where I went live with Justin and Maya. I guess yeah, those were just videos I edited. I thought we went live with that, but yeah, right here, like Maya was in the videos, but she was just super quiet. Sometimes she was not showing her profile picture. Look at you.
Well, those times I was probably sick and didn't do it, but still tried to be there.
You were sick one time.
Was it once?
Yeah, you've been a lot of them. Look at your hair right there. Look good. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look real good. All right, let's stay on subject because
Yes, let's get back on topic.
look at my baby. I'm sorry for liking my future wife. I want to look at her. Look at you. You're so cute. Guys, let me tell you something. My favorite Powerpuff Girl. Who's your favorite Powerpuff Girl? You guys remember the Powerpuff Girls on Cartoon Network? My favorite Powerpuff Girl is Bubbles, right? So that's Bubbles' hair right there. And Bubbles is sweet and kind and innocent and nice. Out of all the Powerpuff Girls, that's what I got in fiance, by the way. So I got my Bubbles. That's your nickname, babe. Bubbles. Like if I gave you a sock, that's what it would be. I figured it out. On the day.
That'd be my.
Yeah, that'll be your sock. All right, let's talk about it, guys. All right, so let's get to it. So I gotta figure out how to present. How do I present, babe? Do you know?
Oh,
I
we
figured it.
not. It was like, yeah, it should be.
All right, so our love. So we're gonna talk about our love, and it's on our playlist on my YouTube channel, Upload Past Crossroads, the story. If you want to see even more stuff like this. So how did we meet? Right? So, babe, you want to start it off? How did we meet? We're gonna talk about our dating life. We're gonna talk about our relationship right now. So go ahead, Ben.
Okay. How did we meet? If we want to go from the very first time, it could be when we were children in church.
Yeah.
When I guess, how old were you? I guess you say 5. And I was 3. You want to
I
say
was
the
five
very,
or four.
yeah, 4 or 5
Five
was
or
like
four.
3, 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was at St. John ME Church in Nashville, Tennessee. So my dad, he was training to be in the ministry. So he was underneath a pastor named Reverend Jones. So it was like Charles E. Jones, something like that. And
Mhm.
yeah, and that's actually the same church that my dad got buried at. And one of
And
my dad's groomsmen was Maya's father, so Michael Evans. And then
my
yeah,
parents got married there.
yeah, her parents got married there, and then also my dad's dad, so my good daddy, so my grandfather, he used to pastor at St. John as well. So as you can see, we got a lot of history there. Like so, St. John is where I initially met Maya when she was a baby, and then her sister was born. And all I used to see them do was fight all the time. So they would always pull each other hair and
I
scream and fight.
feel you were exaggerating.
No, that's what y'all did. And so I used to always shake my head in disappointment because that's all they did was fight. But yeah, that's all they did was fight. That's all I ever seen them do. So
That's not
I
all
always
we did.
avoided it.
Don't paint us as only fighting. That's not all we did. I know we did a lot, but that's not all we did.
That's all I saw. So so that's the first time we met, right? But the time we met in older age was my sophomore year of college. So it's 2012.
My freshman year.
Yeah, so it's 2012 at Tennessee State University.
Mhm.
And is at the library. So I was walking to go to the library. I don't even think I was going to the library. I think I was going to the student center, but I think I came out of track practice. So 'cause I ran track at TSU my first 2 years there. So I did the high jump, and so I saw this girl who looks just like her father. So her dad again was one of my dad's childhood best friends, and they went to church together, the same church that my good daddy pastored at, my grandfather, in the same church, and then her father was in my dad's wedding, so they got a lot of history. So she looks just like her dad. I don't know what it is about women that look like their dads, but I tend to be interested in women like that. So, and that was Maya. Like she looks just like her dad. So like I knew it was Michael's daughter. Like as soon as I saw her at the library, and that's the first thing I was gonna ask her. I said, I knew like I'm just gonna go up to walk to her. It was the perfect icebreaker to say, "Are you Michael's daughter?" And she said, "Yeah." And so I knew I wanted to ask for her number because she was so pretty, so fine. Like, and I was like, yeah, I want that girl to be mine. I just rhyme. See, I told you I need to be a rapper. I got it.
Uh-huh. You
I
sure?
be flowing sometimes. Babe, did you not hear that?
I heard that, but it takes more than just one bar to be a rapper. You gotta keep them coming. You need to be able to do at least a 16 bar,
All I gotta
babe.
do is write it down. I got it on video now, so now I can write it down and then I can be one. You got anything you want to add about the library?
um, I think you covered that. 'Cause I think I remember I was either like coming out of the student center to go into the library, or I was walking from like, no, I feel like I was definitely coming out of the student center to go
Yeah.
into the library and saw you. And the question I heard the most on campus, like, you Michael's daughter? Because I definitely got that question a lot.
Yeah, not
All the
from young people my age. You got it from older heads.
Definitely
So
not. It was always older people. So it was slightly refreshing to see a younger person ask me that. Someone
yeah.
my age.
And that's
Just
not at your
why,
church.
which is why I gave you my number
Hmm.
when you asked.
No, I want you to say what you told me before. Like you said that I don't know, you said you didn't know me. Like, what
Oh,
did you remember? You know what I'm trying to say. What did you say?
yes,
Say the truth.
because you always say how there was a look, like I gave you a look. And I'm like, I don't, I don't remember all this because at this time I was still involved with my ex when we saw each other outside the library, which is why this time it didn't go anywhere. We did start texting. It didn't go anywhere. I definitely couldn't let it go anywhere. because the loyal person that I am wasn't going to start something before what was currently going on had ended. But what you're referring to is me saying how I didn't really know who you were, which is the truth. Like I recognized that name when you said your name, but that didn't like fully resonate with me when you just said that, which is why after we, left each other, after you got my number and stuff, I definitely called my dad and was like, who's Sean Christopher Jenkins? Who's that? And he told me who you were. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I said my full name to you when I introduced myself.
Mm,
I don't know if I used to do it that, when I first was in college.
you probably didn't do it then.
Mm. I know I said my last name though. I definitely said
Yeah.
Sean.
But
But I
yeah,
normally say, yeah, go ahead.
but I remember as soon as we got done, I was exactly what I did was call my dad, like, who's this? Because they came up to me and was like, "Are you uncle's daughter?" I'm like, who is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gave me a look, guys. Like, so for me, I never dated around like that growing up. I was single most of my life. So like, especially like you ask anybody I went to high school and middle school with, they all said, yeah, Sean, most people in high school and middle school, you can like pinpoint and like, yeah, you dated that girl, you dated that guy all during high school. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're affiliated and your identity comes from who you dated. But like with me, I didn't date nobody. So like you couldn't pinpoint me or identify me like with any woman or anything. And that was like all my life. So um majority of the time, sometimes I was wrong, but majority of the time I could tell when a girl's interested in me. Like if a girl's really interested in you, like you'll know. Like they'll make it obvious, even though girls suck. Like they make it so hard to know if you're interested in them or not. Like if they're interested in you or not. Like it's just a different ball game. The dating game sucks, sorry guy.
I
What?
didn't make it hard the second time around.
Yeah, I know. Like if a girl is really interested in you, you'll know. Like they'll make it easy. But like if not, like, or if they're just like kind of don't know, like they'll play games with you, man. Like I couldn't stand it, so I try to avoid it. But like with Maya, I knew at the library, like she was coming out of the library. You're going somewhere. I don't know where you're going. You're on the side of the library, remember? Because we saw the window to the library. And you're on the pavement,
Yeah.
so you were walking out, going somewhere towards Boyd. But you were, yeah, you were going. You probably going to PAC. So that was your major.
No, that wasn't my major yet. You know, I
Um,
didn't change a lot. So,
like going to
no,
nursing building right there.
yeah. I
I
don't think
was
I was.
joking.
No. I definitely wasn't going in there. I don't remember where I was going, but or I could have been walking to Rudolph for all we know, because that Rudolph that direction ish.
Yeah, but you would have, veered off a little bit more instead of walking on the side of the library. Why you walking on the side of the library? You could have just walked towards McCord, walked towards Boswell.
Maybe
But
I
anyways,
don't remember.
yeah. So she was interested in me. She gave me a look. That's what I'm trying to say. She gave me a look, and it's just like, yeah, like you look good, like She gave me a look, like she got my. She always giving me that look. She's never not giving me that look. So like she always give me a look like not that she want to do things to me, but like she's like yeah, like she's inviting, like that's the look she gave me at the library. So I knew like yeah, if I asked for her number, I got it. Like this is easy, easy. I'm not gonna say easy pickings, but like yeah, this is it, man. It's just everything just flowed, right?
Oh,
So when we talk about our dating life, I'm gonna talk about how everything flowed. But like that's how it's always been with Maya. So yeah, you talked about the first time. Before we talk about our dating life, that's what we're gonna talk about. Cause yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So we talked about how did we meet. So now we're gonna talk about our dating life. So like the first time,
well,
huh?
I I think before we get to there, I think we should also state the actual first time we met and started dating. Because yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's what I
met.
was doing.
Okay, gotcha. Go continue
Right.
then. Never.
No, you got it.
Okay. Well, that time that we met and started dating was watch night service 2018 into 2019. And I know for me, this particular year, I did not want to go to church. Like, grew up going to church for watch night service. I was like, I don't want to go to church this year. I'm always there. I want to go this year. So I didn't initially go to watch night service. I went out to some parties to see some stuff and hang out. But the whole time I was out, like, I used to say something was telling me, but now I would say that, like, God, the Holy Spirit, like, divine intervention was happening, telling me, you need to be at church. Something there, and you need. So I remember leaving, and by the time I got there, church had just ended, about to end, whatever. And I remember walking in there, and I was going into, like, the side door into the not the side door, but, like, the way the church was set up, like, three sets, the ones in the middle, and there's one on one side. If I was going into one of those side doors in the back into the sanctuary, and you would open the door, so you were coming out, and we had started talking. I remember Lexi coming up to us and asking you, not asking you specifically, but asking, like, is this your boyfriend? Because that'd be the first thing she's always asking, because she's a nosy little girl. And I just felt like talking to you that time was different. Everything felt different than the first time.
I thought you were gonna talk about how when you said the first time, I thought you were trying to talk about the text messaging, like in college. Is that what you're trying to say too?
I guess so, but I was just mentioning even seeing you that first time at the library. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess I gave you this inviting look you speak of, but it would have only been to a certain point, because I think I'm naturally inviting, but I was still with my ex at that time. Even though I was at the end of that and, like, fed up with what was going on there, I couldn't do inviting and actually let when that wasn't finished, when that chapter was not fully done.
You think you're naturally inviting? Guys, don't let her fool you, all right?
Okay, maybe that's a
Maya,
lie.
let,
That's a
let me
lie.
let me tell you how Maya is, guys. So Maya makes everything hard for everybody. Like when you first meet her, like it's like she loves awkward situations, but she don't. Like she just makes everything so awkward. Like, and it doesn't have to be. So, like, yeah, that's just a good way to describe her. So, like, you could be trying to do something, like talk, like for example, okay, yeah, I'm skipping ahead. Like, and she knows exactly what I'm about to talk about. When we first started dating, I remember we texted each other for like 3 or 4 months, and I'm talking about after the watch night service. I'll say my spiel about that. So it's after watch night service, for the New Year 2019. After that service, when we got each other's number again, to text each other. Like we texted each other for like 3 or 4 months. So it wasn't until like March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about March since we went out on our first
Well,
date. I think it was no, we
no,
started. When was it?
it was
April?
actually February. We actually went on our first, because we went on a Valentine's Day date too. So it had to be before, like, at least early February. We started going on dates.
Well, maybe. Okay, well, we only texted then. I know for sure. We didn't
Yeah.
talk on the phone till March or April.
Yeah.
So, guys, like, I want you guys to understand that. Like, who does that? Who texts each other for like 3 or 4 months? And then you go out, then you finally talk on the phone. Like, so we talk on the phone, right? I asked her, is it okay to call her, like, to finally talk on the phone? She said, yeah. And I even asked. I asked, are people around you? Because I know she had two roommates, and just knowing her, how like Maya is, like she don't like crowds. I'm gonna go ahead and say that she don't like I know when it comes to talking on the phone, I had a feeling she wouldn't like talking on the phone around other people, especially if they're like real close to her, like and can hear everything, because she's so shy. Like that's the yeah, she's shy. That's what it is. All right, and so yeah, she said I asked if I could talk on the phone with you finally. She said yeah. And I was like okay, maybe I should never ask because you got roommates and stuff, but I did it anyway. She kept on saying yeah, I can talk, I can talk. As soon as I talk on the phone with her for the first time, guys, it was like mild. Somebody held a gun to her neck. It was like you better not talk. So I'm trying to get her to talk, and it was like pulling teeth. Like that's why I say it's like pulling teeth being with her because she puts you in a situation like this. So like when we're on the phone, I'm trying to get her to talk and say stuff, and she's just like she doesn't even give me one word. Yeah, she give me one word sentences, and that's not even a sentence. Like one word and then a period. Like that was her response. Like, and she's brief to a lot of people. Most people when she gives an answer to anybody, it's real brief. But like if she's like really shy or nervous or anything like that, then it will be kind of in that, and it's already bad enough. Like so, she'll be super brief. And that was the beginning of our date. Like that was the first time we talked on the phone. But this is how I knew things were gonna work. Like one of the questions I was gonna ask, I mean Maya had for us was, what are you looking for? Uh, what were we looking for in a partner? And then how did we prepare for each other? And then when did you know the other one was the one? So one of the ways I knew that she was the one was like even though that situation was awkward and like we took the L. Most people in dating, when a situation like that happens, a real awkward situation, they'll just quit or like give up or like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a quick turn off. But like we done texted each other for so much and like really got to know each other through text message. And like we built it up so much that we finally talked on the phone. Well, you're gonna miss, every time you don't go to the bat, you're bound to strike out. You gotta keep on swinging, man. So like we knew like, okay, we gotta try again. So I texted her immediately after we got off the phone. I was like, all right, so that didn't go well. That was obvious. It didn't go well. It was just so awkward, guys. Like we were on the phone for like 3 minutes. It was awful. And I was like, okay, that didn't go well. Apparently, like, it's not a good time to talk right now. But it will be, eventually. I said something smooth like that. Like you have to Michael B her, guys. Like if you want a woman to be with you, you gotta like swoon her. You gotta be like so smooth with stuff. And then you gotta you gotta be mysterious. Like, you know what I mean? When stuff like that happens, you gotta be smooth and just play it off. It's like dirt off your shoulder, brush it off. Like so yeah, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the ways I knew that Maya was the one. Like, because something like that would have turned a lot of people off. But like, we just rolled with the punches and kept on going. We tried it again. We've been talking on the phone ever since. Like, I don't think we have gone a day without talking on the phone since that day. Like, do you think so? Because I actually, I told you I write down anytime I
Yeah.
talk on the phone with somebody or anything like that. Babe, I don't think we went a day without talking on the phone. Like even
Wow.
when we were mad at
Okay.
each other or had something going on, I think we talked on the phone. Even when you were pledging,
I know, yeah. Oh, that was hard.
right? Which that's probably how you knew I was the one too. But anyways, I want to go back. Let's reshoot. Trying to think what I want to go back to. What was the question? Dating life. All right, so I want to talk about watch night service from my vantage point. So
Yeah.
it's 2019. Well, it's 2018. So it's December 31st, 2018, and I hear that my dad's church, Scotts Chapel AME in Hermitage, Tennessee, is going to St. John AME. My church from my childhood where I met Maya and knew Maya originally since she was a baby. But it was like uh, I knew that we were going to St. John, and it was another church going too, but I didn't care about that. I really didn't even care that it was Reverend Singfield preaching, and my dad's there, so my mom's going. I think Ashley went, but yeah, and I just got back from Charlotte, North Carolina. I lived there for 2 years, so yeah, that's something else I was gonna say too. So I got her number in 2012. We texted each other on and off in college, like, and what's crazy is this: I knew she was the one too. I just didn't pay attention back then. That's what I was trying to say back. All right, so when we first started talking, just texting on the phone, Hey, we grew so much. Like when we first started texting on the phone, when I got her phone number from the library in 2012, like it was awkward. But like what's crazy is Maya would take initiative to text me like first. And normally I'm always the one texting anybody first. Like so that was already like, okay, that she's serious. And then she's talking about she had a boyfriend. Okay, you texted me. Anyway,
I
if you're just texting, I understand. But anyways, yeah, she texted me first, like guys, and that's a lot for Maya. Like I told you how shy she is, like how she just uh makes situations awkward like that, like from the get go. Obviously, she'll change over time. You get to know her, but like not off the jump, off the cuff, off anybody. Like if you first meet Maya, she's gonna do something weird. It's just gonna like it's gonna make you not even want to approach her because like she just doesn't want to be approached. She just naturally does stuff like that. But like so yeah, let's go back on the point. So we texting each other. She always asks, how I'm doing. I ask how are you doing, and we always like just check up on each other like that. We never like went too deep in conversations for years. And then I think it just stopped after a certain amount of time. I think I stopped texting her back just because the conversation was so dry. And we never talked about anything. But I wanted deeper conversations, but I can't do that with her because that's not her strength. Like she'll do it like if I pull it out of her. So that's what I had to learn over the years. I had to learn. She said something changed in me when she saw me again at Watch Night service in 2019. So we talking about 2012, 2013, 2014. Like I saw her around campus all the time, and we got to like talk to each other every once in a while. Like I always take her books and walk her to class or something like that. When I saw her, like I'll stop what I'm doing, just spend time with her. Like. So um, yeah, we always did something like that. But like, yeah, we had both had a lot of growing to do. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, when we were at Watch Night service and I heard my church was going there, I had to go because I knew it was a chance Maya was there, and I had to take that chance. Like over the years since 2012 to 2018, December 31st, 2018, I figured out like what I wanted in a woman, like through a lot of stuff I went through. And what I wanted was somebody that was sexy. What I wanted was somebody that's fine. And like one person I used to always journal about that I let go away. Like this is guy talk, guys. So for younger guys, like there's always that one girl that you let get away. Don't let her get away. Like whoever that girl is, that number one. Like, and you know who I'm talking about. It's that one that you really want, you really desire, you really want to be with. She's the most beautiful woman you ever seen. She ain't out of your league. All you gotta do is, especially if y'all got a connection. Like that's the thing. Y'all got a connection at all. Like go at you, boy. You better take the chance, take the risk. You better do it because you're gonna regret not doing it. So like with Maya, she's one of the ones I let get away, and I couldn't let her get away this time. Like this is finally an opportunity to talk to her. So it's 2018. I had to have been like, I think I was 27 or I just turned 28, something like that. And nah, I was definitely 20, 20. Dang, I was 25, something like that. Let me do the math.
right. I'm like, that's too. Like, I don't think you that old yet.
2018 minus 1992. I gotta do my 26. I was 26. Okay. So I'm 26. I learned a lot, and I knew what I wanted in a woman. And Maya was one of the ones I wanted. Like I had to have like, and I just need to get to know her more to like figure out is she the perfect puzzle piece? Is she like does she fit with me? Like is she cut from the same cloth? Is she like does she compliment me? Does she fit? Or is she right? Like I had to figure that out because like she's one of the ones I let get away. Physically, she got it. Like I think like the dynamics there, like for us to be, equally yoked with each other. But I just had to figure out instead of like not talking like we barely did when I first got her phone number in 2012. Like I'm telling you, when we texted each other, like I expected her to be like me and just talk, right? I expected her to like be able to go deep in conversation when that's my strength. That's the gift that God gave me. I can't expect people to be just like me when God didn't create them to be like that or to do that. So yeah, I just had to let Maya be Maya or whoever I was gonna be with. So I had to learn that. And so I just wanted to see like how does Maya fit in with my life. So I had to go to St. John, and thank God she was there because I needed her number. I tried to text her throughout the years on Instagram, and I tried Facebook, but like she doesn't. I don't know how she don't ever see my messages. You get on there, like so.
I
I
never
think you
check
lying when
my
you say you never saw my
I
messages.
never check Facebook messages. I don't get on there like that.
Whatever. But yeah, I tried it. I tried, guys, especially when I broke up with my ex. I tried to reach out to Maya through social media. It didn't work. Like, and we cut things out. 2000. Wow, really? Was it 2018? Dang. You know, me and her broke up Monday, June 4th, 2018.
Mm.
That's not right. How is that the story? What?
It's the story, babe.
It was that. It was that same year.
Same here.
Are you sure it's 2018?
Yes, babe. It was 2018 to 2019. I remember vividly because it was right after we lost my grandmother because she passed December 21st, 2018.
Okay. Mm.
And I graduated
So, anyways, yeah, guys.
in
Huh?
and I
What?
graduated 2019. I know that was the year.
Wow. So that just tells you guys, you go through a breakup or a hardship like that, you know, it's a bigger blessing along the way. Like God has a bigger plan and better plans in store for you later. So just keep on living. Don't give up. Don't have suicidal thoughts like me. Like it's no point. God got way more in store for you than what you lost. So keep on going. But anyways, yeah. So that was the church, and she did a good job of explaining. But when I saw her guys at that church, man, I can't even describe it to you. Like I was like so giddy. Did you get that from my like demeanor? Like how happy I was seeing you?
Yeah, like I saw your eyes get big when you first saw me because I knew you didn't see me when you got there. And so I don't think you
Mhm.
were expecting to see me after that because church had ended. And so when you opened the door and saw me, I saw your eyes get big. Like, it's like, yes, like here.
Yeah, that was my pray, guys. I had to pray on her, man. That was the one I wanted. I was like, yeah, I had to take my prize, man. That was my woman. I knew she was the one, man. That's the one I let get away. I ain't letting her get away again. Like Maya's one of the women like I have to have. Like, no, it's not even that. Like, there's a woman out there that you just know you gotta have and you want. And like if you let her get away, you'll regret it. Like Maya was that woman for me. Like I couldn't let her get away. Like I had to see. Like I had to test the waters. You gotta take the risk. Like you'll do anything. If it's love, like you'll do anything, figure out like and see how it works and stuff like that. But it's if it's the right one, you know what I mean? So I mean you can do that for the wrong people too, but
Mhm.
I'm talking about for the right one. All right, so yeah, and like yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. There's nothing else to say, I guess. But I'm just so happy you gave me your number and everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I needed your number, man. 'Cause I tried to get in contact with you so many times. You ain't freaking
I'm sorry.
calling back to me. But it was the right timing. God's timing is better. Like God's time is perfect. So it's the perfect timing, and everything just flowed. That's what I've been trying to say. Like a lot of times with me and my relationship, even at the beginning, but especially the second time around. So this was the second time around when we started talking, and like everything just flowed so much easier. Like we both were mature, we both were ready, like to settle.
Single.
Yeah, we both were single. I was single the first time. You know one wasn't. All right, but anyways, I mean, I guess yeah. Oh, that's something else too. At Watch Night Service too, guys. I was talking to another girl, and she actually came to the church. Like, and it's surprising. I was like, "Why are you here?" I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had tried my best to get rid of her. Like during Watch Night Service in 2000, that New Year's Eve service of 2018, 2019. I tried my best to hurry up and rush her home so I could talk to Maya and be with Maya because I knew like she would be here. Like I didn't see her at the end of church service yet, but I knew she was coming. I had a feeling like I couldn't miss this opportunity. I knew she was there somewhere. I had to look for her, and I saw her. I saw her. I'm so happy I saw her. Like so, and I got her. Like she's here now. Like so, you guys don't understand. Like that day, like everything was planned. Like it's like ordained. Like it's just Oh man, that date, man. You good with that, babe? You ready to go
Oh,
to dating life?
yeah.
All right, let's talk about dating life. All right, so that's what we're talking about next. Then we're gonna talk about now, or you can go anywhere else if you want. Like if you think we covered anything else.
Um, I mean, we don't have to stay on dating life too long. It won't take us long to just describe dating life. But like at that time, dating life was you coming back on campus. 'Cause I'm sure you hadn't been since you graduated, and I was still on campus. Uh, and I remember our first date, how we went to uh Wasabi, which now is called something else. But, and went to Hibachi, and um and remember driving around after and going to Sonic, and we got some slushies. No, I think you got an orange cream slushie, your go-to back then. I'm pretty sure I got like a cranberry slush. And I remember us just sitting in the car a minute in the parking lot, and like our first kiss happening in there. Like the look you gave when you looked at me and said, "So when you gonna let me kiss you?" And just you're just really sweet the whole time. I remember at some point I think I tried to open the door and you were like, I can't remember exactly what you said, but I know that was definitely like a no. You probably said something to effect of why aren't you trying to let me do my job or something to that effect. Because I definitely remember as a teenager, like way before you were in the picture. I didn't want that, didn't really like that people opening the door for me, or specifically men opening the door for me. It's like, I can open the door, my arms aren't broken. I don't need somebody opening the door for me. And I remember like time in my life being with my parents, my dad's car, the side of the car I would sit on, the child lock was like permanently like broken and locked, and I physically couldn't open my own door for like however long my dad had that car. And like I remember just getting to a place where I was okay with, I guess, letting a door being opened for me. But I don't know why I'm going off on that tangent about doors. But I just remember just how sweet and kind you were, but also very smooth, I guess you would say, and your ways of Michael B, as you would say.
Yeah, Michael B, guys, you gotta Michael B her. Michael B Jordan.
Uh huh. Yeah, and then going to where you used to work. So I guess it was not far after the holidays, and they still had like the Christmas lights up, and us walking around outside, showing me around and stuff, and it was all pretty out there and stuff. But that was the gist of our first date. But dating life then was like you picking me up on campus. Sometimes at the end of the date, sitting in the car for a while because we weren't ready to end the date, and just talking until I guess I was ready to go back to the dorm. You have anything to dating life?
I want to talk about Michael B and somebody because I want people to understand. So there's a show that Netflix should have never canceled. Forget your Netflix for canceling this show. Did y'all ever watch the show called Raising Dion? That show was so epic. Like, and then I wanted way more of Michael B. Jordan. Like Michael B. Jordan was not in there enough. So make another season with just Michael B. Jordan. Then on top of that, do another season with Dion older, because that last scene of Raising Dion, like the very
Oh
last,
yeah.
I think it was the end credit, was I replayed that like at least 202 times. Like that scene was so great. But like, yeah, watch that show on Netflix called Raising Dion. It is so cute. That kid's ridiculous. Just imagine if a 5 or 6 year old had superpowers, like how stressed and how much gray hair you would get, especially if they got a tantrum, like went on an anger tantrum or something like that. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan on there was just ridiculous, man. Like the way he would like the way he would love on his wife, like and stuff that he would do in like critical situations, like life threatening situations, or like just in a daily situation. Like it was so like I wouldn't even say masculine. That ain't the word. It was just like it was different. Like and it just like wow, like it made the girl feel loved every single second of every single day. So like that's what you want to do with your wife, like as a man. Like you want to make her feel in any situation, especially when you're fighting or arguing, like that's the best situation. Or in an awkward situation, like I said, when me and Maya first talked on the phone, you gotta Michael beat her. You gotta be smooth with it. And like, yeah, man, you just gotta let her know, like, man, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. Man, we're gonna fight for this love, man. We're gonna and then you gotta assure her like this love's gonna work. Like you gotta Michael beat her. I keep on going, you guys get what I'm saying. So yeah, with our dating, like that was my goal. Like I figured out the dating game. And me and Maya, that's the great thing with our relationship. Like, what were we looking for in a partner? Somebody we didn't have to freaking play the dating game with. Like this dating game in the daytime period is stupid. Like guys are supposed to not have feelings. And then girls want a bad boy. Like I ain't no bad boy. Like I look like well, like sagging and being a thug. They should be they should fear me. But anyways, um, yeah, man, like the dating game just wasn't for us. Like, and that's what we had to figure out too. Like before we came back together the second time around, like we literally laid it out. Like we said what each other's standard was. We said what each other wanted in our dating life. And yeah, that's one of the questions that we're gonna answer. Well, I'll just go ahead and go to it. One of the questions was, what were you looking for, and how did we prepare for each other? So, yeah, I'm hitting everything every single time I talk. But anyways, yeah, what we were looking for, like, I wanted to look for somebody I didn't have to play a dating game with. I wanted to look for some girl who wasn't a freaking girl. That was a grown woman that wanted to settle down. Like a lot of these girls, I don't understand women in today's time period. Maya, like a lot of women don't have feelings. It don't make no sense to me. Like, and I'm talking about women 30. Okay, maybe you got feelings now. I don't know. I ain't in a dating game no more. But like in the 20s, heck no. In teenagers, no. Like they are ruthless. Like it's like they've been spit up upon and thrown in the trash or something. I don't know what it is. Like, but these women, like, they have no heart. They got a black heart, black soul. Like, they'll eat you up and swallow you and spit you out, stomp on you, and then throw you away. Like, and not even throw you away, leave you out for the crows to eat. Like, they're ruthless, man. So like, a lot of women in today's time period, man, it's just you don't even want to go there with them. They'll be all pretty, looking like angels. Oh my gosh, like mine's an angel, first of all. They look perfect. Like it's what you want in a woman. Like you don't even you look at them, you're like, man, I don't even know a human being can look like this. And then they open their mouth, and oh my gosh, it's like hearing a pirate talk. And biting like, then they cussing. That's what it's like cussing like a sailor. Oh my god, just the vilest. Like they're so pretty on the outside, but on the inside, like, oh my gosh, they're the ugliest people you ever been around. That was Tennessee State University actually. Like that's actually probably why I didn't work out the first time around when we talked, because like I just had that stigma and that belief that that's all black women were, especially at Tennessee State University, because most of them were just like that. Like, and then what really got me was, everybody called me preacher man back in college. Even in high school, they called me preacher man or deacon or bishop, anything like that, because everybody knew I knew scripture and could quote it like that. Like they knew I knew the Bible, and they went to me for questions and stuff like that. So whenever women came upon me, so Maya never really did this to me, but when women came upon me, like most of the time, like they knew how to act. So like they would act Christian, they would talk Christianese, they would act Christian, and they would just put on a show. So they'll act one way around me, but then a different way when they're around somebody else. So I could never decipher like if a person was really, who they say they were or something like that. If a girl was really interested in me, because like that's how they would act. So with Maya, she always act the same way. So I had to pick up on that with her. It just took me a while, but yeah, man. Like I was looking for a lot. Just talk, Baker. I'm just talking, man. Going all over the place.
Well, as far as what I was looking for, uh, I know I knew that I wanted to be with someone else that was black. I felt like would just understand certain things versus being in a interracial relationship and there being some sort of barrier there. I knew I wanted someone who was at the very least 5'10". I remember having several prayer sessions with God praying about that because just people I feel talked to is even to say, but they weren't there. They were definitely too short. But
Well, I'm 5'9 3/4", so technically, I'm 5'9 3/4". Technically, if you
so
round up, it's 5'10", especially in
that
shoes.
what
Maybe hit 5'11",
uh,
6 foot.
you're there, babe. What I needed, and like I knew I also wanted someone who had strong faith, a man of God. None of them other people were. They were definitely far away from any of that. And I felt like I wanted to end whatever my I didn't want to have some long, lengthy list of things. I didn't feel like that was needed. I felt like there were just certain things I needed, and whomever had all those things, I felt like they would be whoever I needed. I didn't need a long list as opposed to, I mean, I saw your list. It was pretty lengthy. You showed it to me.
I showed it to them. Yeah. Why are you making fun of my list?
No, baby, it's good,
Sure.
babe. It's great that you knew what you wanted.
Okay. Yeah, that's another thing too, guys. Like when it comes to love, you gotta know exactly what you want. Like the first time we talked, we didn't know what we really wanted. Like it was too. I feel like when you're young, but not everybody's like that. But for us, when we were younger, you just don't really know what you want in a marriage, and it's hard to make a life decision because marriage is supposed to be for life, right? It's hard to make a life decision when you don't really know what you want. So like with me and Maya, yeah, man, like, I think we got the second time we talked, we knew exactly what we want, and that was like that was told from the get go when we first started talking. So that was great. But and that's what I wanted. Like a lot of women I talked to, like in the 20 when I was 26, 25, 24, and younger, like they didn't know what they wanted, so they were lost and confused. So like, and I'm already insecure a little bit. Would you say I'm insecure? I got insecurities. So like, no matter how much confidence I got, or anybody, you got some insecurities about something, right? So like, yeah, like I can't be with a woman who makes me insecure, like way more than what I'm already am. So like, I don't need somebody to amplify that. I got enough of that. I need somebody to build me up, not tear me down. Especially when it comes to being insecure and stuff like that. But let's talk about my list. So, what were we looking for in a partner, in a wife or a husband, stuff like that, right? So, like Maya said, if you go on my Facebook page, Sean Christopher Jenkins, make sure to be friend me on there if you haven't already. I wrote out a list on November 16th, 2018, guys. On November, no, I wrote it October 10th, 2018. That's when I originally wrote this list, right? So I was writing a list in faith, just saying what I want in a wife, and I wanted to see if I do this in faith, what will God do? Like, like I was testing him, like testing the waters. Like God said, test me and see if I'm good. I'm about to test you, Lord. This is what I want in a wife. I said somebody that loves the Lord above everyone and anything else. Like that's the first thing. The first thing. Then everything backs that up. Like does not seek affirmation from any man or woman, even though they're smoking hot, because they get that they're so fine all the time. Like they already know. Like they don't need to be told it. Like there's so many beautiful women out there, and that was my pet peeve at TSU. There's so much stuck up women. Like, and oh my gosh, like you guys know, there's so many women that are so beautiful, and they know they're beautiful, but like they're arrogant and like cock. That's not the word. They're haughty and like they're snobbish, and they're just like, ugh, you're beneath me. Like I can't stand a woman like that. That's my pet peeve. Most AKAs are like that, and she's a freaking AKA. So she's not like that. Like, so she's a rare breed. Like
That
most
is a
people in fraternities are like that or sororities, huh?
that is the
What?
stereotype I resent, babe. That is not all of us.
It's true.
It
Go
is
look at
not.
all your sisters. Look at all of them. Like all of them. Like, but anyways, yeah. Like, and then that's another thing too. Like at TSU, I can only talk for Black women at TSU. Like these women, man, they would be with countless men. Like I can't be with a woman that's like you seek a man 24/7. Like you depend on a man. Like that's something else too. Like just there's so many people that's been with so many people. Like in relationship and sexual activities, but mostly like relationships. Like they've been in so many relationships that they never been single. Like they never had a single time period in their life. Like a time of singleness, a time of just focusing on Lord, figuring out what you want, doing you, focusing on you. Like they've been with so many people they don't know themselves. Like actually talked to a girl like that. It was awful. I was like, dang, like she didn't know what her favorite music was. She ain't pay attention to no music, no shows or not. Like, what did you do? Like with your life? Like, are you kidding me? So I couldn't be with somebody like that. All right, something else on my list. Let me go back to my list. All right, because I'm talking forever. All right, let me zoom in and make it bigger for everybody. Can you barely see this, babe?
Yeah.
All right, I know that's better. All right, let's see if I can zoom. Can I zoom? Can I go up? All right, there we go. So number 3 is the hottest girl I've ever seen, and they're thick or will be. Like, yes, I like BBWs, thick girls. Yes, that's what I wanted. And then something else I said. I said exercises and desires to always be in shape is fit. So, and then I said study the word daily. Maybe knows it better than me even, because Billy Graham's wife, Ruth Graham, she knew the Bible better than Billy Graham. That's what he claims. And then she's a virgin like me. So I was a virgin until I was 26 years old. She wants a whole lot of kids, 5 minimum. Yeah, that's the first thing. Actually, when we first started talking, me and Maya, I told her, she asked how many kids I wanted, and I told her like 12 because I was kidding. I said I wanted 12 disciples. I said something like that. And this was like my sophomore year at college, junior year at college, and yeah.
And the text message where things are not read the same. That was an awful text message to send. That doesn't translate what. And I don't think you were using emojis like you do now.
You said I wasn't doing emojis?
Yeah, I don't think you did. So that
Well,
really doesn't translate.
first of all, I had a flip phone, and I was under my dad's cellular plan. I didn't get an iPhone until I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina in 2015, 16.
Couldn't even have a normal phone.
No, that's something
Dad,
else too, guys. Like, man, my sister, she got an iPhone when she was like 11, and I was in high school, and I had a pay-as-you-go phone that's as big as my like middle of my, you know what I mean, this
your
part of
palm.
my hand, yeah, the palm of my hand. Like, if you flip my phone, this is how big it was, and then if you open it, my hand's bigger than the phone. Like it was awful, man. Like, and then it was a pay-as-you-go phone, so I can only send out like 50 messages, and then I gotta pay again to get text message privileges. Yeah, it was awful, man. I couldn't talk on the phone like that. Yeah, that was my phone. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Anyways, so let's go back to my list. What was I looking for in a partner? It was a lot, guys. Like this is a long list. Affirms me more than anyone ever could, ever has, or ever will. So basically, my love language words are affirmation. So I need affirmation, like words, encouraging words. Yeah, I think you could tell I like words because I like talking and stuff. Come on, my YouTube channel. A girl should know that, right? Supports me. Her goals align with mine and help my ministry. The ministries that God bestows on me can cook. Oh man, Maya, tell me if you see anything on this list that's not you, please. Like doesn't try to change me, loves me for who I am, and loves my flaws. That was the biggest one. I'll talk about that on another video. Is considerate, patient, kind, tenderhearted, compassionate. I'm not reading the next part. Desires to be with me above anyone she's ever known or met. Can you read it now? Can you see what I wrote?
If I get this close, I can.
All right. She prays on a spot over me about anything, is clean like me, spends countless time with God, daily in a lot of ways, always is praying, hears from him like me. Man, this is talking about God a lot. I love the Lord, apparently.
Uh-huh.
What I want to know why. Y'all follow me at Trouble Don't Last on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, on everything, guys. Uh, she's slow to anger, speaks with me respectfully at all times. Wow, Maya. I'm going to read this. Talks dirty to me all the time.
Wow.
Loves doing it, i.e. nasty. Okay, I'm not reading that next part. Wow. She appreciates challenges, hard times, and growing pains. Grow in a relationship because it's like pain and suffering and hardships is just like working out. You get stronger, you strengthen your faith, man. It helps you to stand firm on what you believe. All right, spiritual. She's spiritual but not religious. Balance with enjoying life. A girl who, okay, dang, Sean. A girl who loves. Okay, I'm not reading the next part. Yeah. What all this, man? Yeah, you cross all the T's and dots all of the I's.
Mhm.
Whatever the saying is. That's what I was looking for in a woman. Like, and I had to figure that out over time. Like, sometimes I used to settle, and sometimes I used to just give. I used to never give women a shot if I knew from the get go like they weren't my wife. So I don't get people doing that. Like, that's another one of my pet peeves. Like people who date and then you don't want to be with a person. Like without shout it up, your motives and intentions are off. But you're just like, man, F it. Like I just want to do it and try. Like I can't stand people that do that to other people and put them through hell. Like you're wasting their time. You're not giving them the love that they deserve. You're even wasting your time. Why? Like I can't stand when people do that. So yeah, like I wanted somebody that was for sure know that they won't be with me without a shadow of a doubt. Like I was done with the games, done with the confusion. I was done settling and compromising with anybody. Now I want what I want and what I need from God. That's what I want. So that's what I was looking for. Like I can keep on going. It's a long list, guys, but yeah. You ready to go to the next question? Are you good?
Yeah, because the next question.
I know something you don't do on the list. And I know you saw it. I said it. I read it. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, which one? I'll ask after. I won't make you say it again.
It has to do with talking, but okay.
Uh-huh.
This is the last one. All right. So how did we prepare for each other?
Prepare for one another.
Yeah.
Well, I know I can speak for me. Um, that after um a specific time for me on campus, and I was like end of a specific phase. I was like, I'm tired of all of this that I've been going through. I know I ain't figure out exactly what I want. And I remember there was a specific specific book that I listened to like several times. It's called The Man God Has for You. I'm sorry I don't know who wrote that book right now. I'm sure if you Google The Man God Has for You, you can find the author and find it. But like I just remember listening to that book like constantly, as well as I was starting to just listen to more. I remember find uh the relationship goals series on YouTube from uh Transformation Church Pastor Mike Todd. I remember finding that and listening to that series of sermons and just taking taking more time for myself, for taking more time for God and figuring out what I wanted, because starting out I definitely didn't know, because I was definitely the first time around trying to get out of a relationship I shouldn't have been in for so long, and not really knowing when I got out who I even was anymore. So I just needed time to figure that out again. So I tried to make sure I took that time and tried to. One question I remember asking myself was what am I gonna bring to the table as far as in a relationship? What am I bringing to this? Like I can't just be, you know, sitting here coming up with nothing. Like what do I have? What am I bringing to this table? If the table is the relationship, how am I helping in it? What am I bringing to it? I wanted to make sure I had something to bring to the table when I finally had one to come to.
Mhm. Barry, it's been an
Hmm.
hour,
Oh my goodness.
so let's do that question another time. Like both
Oh,
of those last two questions. So we'll save that for another video. When did you know each other was the one, and how did we prepare for each other? That's actually two good videos to do together. So we'll keep it at just how we met and stuff like that. So did you say everything you want to say with these slides? Like how did we meet? You know, dating life now. We ain't talk about now yet. And then what were we looking for? But we can save now until after
yeah.
those two questions.
Yeah, I said what I needed to say with those. And as far as now we're engaged. That's the now.
It's more to that. Okay.
That's the overview. It also said overview.
Okay. What does overview mean? What you mean? The
Overview.
overview of like everything we're possibly gonna talk about?
Sure, I guess. But also, since you said it's an hour, we don't have that much time. So I summed it up. Now we're engaged. That's the now. We can go into it more later.
Okay.
Video.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna cut this video, man. So like my goal with my ministry, who did you say didn't give their wife credit and who did give their wife credit? You said like Albert Einstein or
Oh,
somebody.
right. It was two scientists. I forgot the scientist. I have to find it again. Exactly who it is. But I know it was Albert Einstein was the scientist who didn't give his wife credit. Like there's this thing. So like Albert Einstein's wife was just as smart as Einstein, if not smarter. They went to the same school. Like she helped him to write most of his papers, do most of his work and stuff. And when he got his, any of his accolades and stuff, said nothing about his wife. Nothing. There's another scientist who I'm so sorry I can remember their name right now. I will have to go and find this information again so I can remember. But he his wife also worked very closely with him, did a lot of papers, helped with all the research and everything. So when it was time for him to get some kind of accolade, he asked, were they going to recognize his wife? And at first they told him no. And so he declined. He said, well, then I don't want it because my wife did just as much work as I did. So she needs to be recognized as well. And so when he said that, then they came back and said, okay, we will acknowledge her too. So he didn't leave her behind.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm trying to do with my ministries, guys. Like, I don't know, I can't speak for any other pastor or anything like that, but like, when I do become a pastor and I have a successful ministry and stuff like that, like, I want Maya to be plugged in. I want her to be talking. I want her to be sharing and just utilizing her gifts and abilities. Like, she should be in the forefront as much as I am. Like, and that's nothing to. I don't want to be in the forefront like that. Like, I think automatically you would be, like, if it's your ministries and stuff like that. But like, it's not mine. Like, it's shared. It's a body of Christ, many functions. So the heart is just as important. Well, it's very important because it gets it. The whole body wouldn't live without the heart, right? The lungs, like, could you live without one lung? Maybe you can live without one lung, but it's good to have two. Like, two thumbs is great. Miss one and see what happens. Especially if missing your big toe, it's gonna affect your whole walk. You're not gonna be able to walk. You need the big toe's important. Just missing one. Miss two of them and see how you do. You're gonna be crawling everywhere just for missing your big toe. So like, yeah, guys, every member in the body of Christ is important. But like when it comes to my wife, guys, like my other half, like, yeah, she don't talk enough on my YouTube page, on my ministry, stuff like that. So obviously, eventually, she's gonna have something on my YouTube channel where she's talking with women and doing stuff with women. Like, it's gonna be a ministry there. But for now, and I think we're gonna keep it going. Just we're gonna be talking about our love, how we found each other, answering people's questions about love and stuff like that. Just talking about our dynamics and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And so that's what we're going for with this playlist on my YouTube channel, The Story. So if you want to see more, check out that playlist on my YouTube channel. And then also make sure to support my social media pages. So my fiance right here. Here goes her Instagram page, Queen of B. So Queen is spelled with 4 E's if you want to find her social media page. And guys, we got some pretty good social media pages. So if you want to see some great stuff and support us, and then check that out. And then this is our fashion page. So I never have told y'all about this. This is our fashion page. So if you want to see great fashion and just how we dress, man, check out this page, man. For real, like this page is about to be way better than what it is right now. It's gonna be doing way more. But yeah, this is her Facebook page as well. So make sure to befriend her on Facebook, Maya Evans. And then this is her Twitter page right here, Queen of B. So Queen of B is with 4 E's. And then yeah, and then also you'll see, I mean, like I said, you'll see a lot of great photos of us. So yeah, make sure to support and like all those photos. Comment what you think. If you got any photo ideas, just comment that as well. Like we'll definitely do it. So yeah, I like taking pictures with her. And as you can see, we like matching. Like one thing I always that's what I was looking for in a partner. Like my ex used to hate matching. I was like, what's wrong with you? Like and then I figured out, I can get what I want. I don't have to be with you. Like
That's right.
I want to match. I like matching my woman. Like this is unacceptable. What were we thinking back? But this is when we first started dating. This is like one of our first dates.
Yeah.
No,
We went to the movies. Well, not first, but yeah, that was still early. We went to the movies.
yeah, but we weren't matching then. But so now we like matching. Like we should always be wearing the same thing when we sleep together, going to bed, when we
Matching
rise up, huh?
the matching pajamas.
Yeah, like we're always gonna be matching. Oh man,
Oh,
can you hear that? Oh no, I'm gonna get copyright for that thing. I didn't think about that. All right, guys. Yeah, that's the video. All right, so here goes my social media platforms. Make sure to follow me on all mine. Uh, you guys already know I teach the Bible. I love the Bible. Always telling you guys about it and stuff like that. So Sunday school lessons, Bible studies, you name it. I love quotes, so I share all that. So here go my social media platforms. Follow me on all of them, like all my content, share all my content because it's epic, man. I got the best social media pages ever, so just check that out. And like I said, man, we got way more stuff coming for you guys. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, my podcast, Uplift Past Crossroads, and we'll talk to you guys later. All right, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.
bye.